It's getting interesting politically. A few hours as I speak, President William Ruto paid a courtesy call to the home of the late former president, Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi, after which he laid a wreath. Ruto was hosted by Gideon Moi, former Baringo senator. This is just coming one day after William Ruto hosted Gideon at State House, Nairobi. After the State House Nairobi meeting, Gideon Moi withdrew his candidature for Baringo senatorial seat and supported the UDA senatorial candidate. It's getting interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you stay tuned for a detailed analysis on that in our next video. In this video right now, I want us to listen to some remarks Matiang'I made today when he attended Kalonzo Musyoka's Wipers NDC. The remarks by Matiang'I are going to inform the basis of our analysis right now. Listen to this.
Kenyan people down. Secondly, Your Excellency, I want to repeat and exactly say what Mother said here. We have agreed we must put ambition and everything else before the interest of this country. When we sit together, and should the united opposition, Your Excellency, decide that you will be the candidate, I will support you. We will support you. And I believe that when that time comes, when we all sit together, consult everybody, and a method is found of identifying a candidate or one of us who will deliver and be first among equals, we should all rally behind that individual. And as I've said here openly, Your Excellency, if that person is yourself, we will support you and back you, because in any case, that's what we want. Finally, as I leave, I would like to urge us, because this issue is normally spoken about, I'd like to speak about it a little more bluntly and more frankly. My brothers and sisters, fellow Kenyans, it is good that we tell you the truth. Building an opposition or a coalition is a journey of alignment and coming together. We will be together in spite of our differences, not because we don't have differences. We will work on this together. It's a long journey that we are determined to walk together. The goal we have is greater than the sum total of each one of us here. So, occasionally, if we argue sometimes, or if we have differences of opinion, that is precisely because we are a group of people who are passionate and love their country. We do not expect that Kenyans want a government that looks like a boys' choir or a girls' quartet. It is supposed to be a group of people who are smart, who reason, who work together, who argue, then they come together and form one government. So, as we go forward, we will have our own active moments of fellowship. But we assure you that even during that fellowship, Kenya will be opportunity and priority number one as we go forward. So let us stay the course and continue to work together. And Your Excellency, there are so many leaders I came with.
Let's put all that into perspective. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's proceed. The remarks were made at Wiper NDC meeting. The meeting happened today. Matiang'I was there courtesy to an invitation by Kalonzo Musyoka. Matiang'I never get crushed Kalonzo did invite him. Kalonzo also invited Rigathi and those other opposition luminaries. Matiang'i is saying if the united opposition will pick Kalonzo Musyoka, then he will be ready to support Kalonzo. Then he goes ahead to talk about the differences, and he makes it very clear that in the coming days, as leaders in the opposition, they can still differ, but that's because they are leaders of merit. Each and every leader in the opposition knows exactly what is doing and knows the best for the country. I can paraphrase it that way. The big question now begs, can Fred Matiang'i support Kalonzo Musyoka? And should Matiang'i decide to support Kalonzo Musyoka, will Matiang'i supporters support Kalonzo? And how will the opposition come with a single candidate? Those are the big questions. I don't think Matiang'i will easily support Kalonzo Musyoka. The main reason being, if you look at Matiang'i's support base, or if you look on how Matiang'i decided to go for the presidency, Gen Z's called on him to come be their candidate. And by Gen Z's calling on Matiang'i to come be their candidate, Gen Z's had looked at all these old and traditional politicians. They saw none was worth their vote. So they called on Matiang'i because they considered Matiang'i a rare breed from these traditional, well-known politicians. That largely influenced how Matiang'i came into this race. So if Matiang'i today decides to support Kalonzo Musyoka, a very huge number of Matiang'i supporters might not agree with him, might not follow him to Kalonzo Musyoka. Kalonzo can transfer his supporters to Matiang'i. Rigathi can transfer his supporters to Kalonzo. But for Matiang'i, it will be very difficult for him to transfer his support base to either Rigathi or to Kalonzo Musyoka. That's why I believe Matiang'i is a very unique candidate in this race. Kenyans just love him as Matiang'i, but Kenyans cannot sycophantically follow him to where he wants to lead them. They just believe that he, Matiang'i, can perform, but not any other leader he will endorse. And that also just goes on to confirm that Matiang'i's support base cuts across the country. Look at Rigathi Gachagua. His support base is mainly concentrated in Mount Kenya West. Look at Kalonzo Musyoka. His support base is only concentrated in the Kamba Nation. For Matiang'i, his support base has been cutting across boards. All Kenyans have been talking well of Matiang'i. It's only recently that I've started seeing some of Matiang'i's allies and some leaders in the opposition, such as Rigathi and all these, trying to reduce Matiang'i into a kissy candidate. And some of Matiang'i's allies are also helping in making Matiang'i a kissy candidate. But originally, Matiang'i was a Kenya's project, not a kissy project. Matiang'i's association with the likes of Rigathi Kalonzo's has clearly dented his image. That has killed his national appeal. Matiang'i is now being viewed as maybe a kissy political kingpin. That's the unfortunate bit about Matiang'i's association with the Rigathis and the Kalonzo Musyokas. So it will be very hard for Matiang'i to endorse Kalonzo Musyoka. How will the opposition come with a candidate? The engine that drives the opposition is none other than Rigathi Gachagua. So it's Rigathi Gachagua who will appoint the opposition's candidate. And that's why I strongly believe, after all will have been said and done, the opposition will split because Rigathi is not a team player. Rigathi will be the person to appoint an opposition candidate if that candidate will not be himself. Let me stop it there. Let's meet in our next analysis, where we are going to talk about William Ruto's visit to Kabarak. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.